Only the sweetest moon sugar, the most potent skooma. All can be yours. A hound of the Imperials, a slave to the letter of the law, are we? Listen, this one is simply providing a service that many are willing to pay for. Do not interfere. Yes, a wise decision indeed. Now, some skooma? If not, this one suggests you leave. Now. The most potent moon sugar and skooma you'll find outside elsewhere. Take a look. This one travels a little, but his business is always open, if you can find him.
Hello. I'm Mark Dufont. I'm a chef, I guess. Perhaps you've heard of me. Or are you with the Black Horse Courier? Well, I'm a chef, you see. I run a restaurant, Dufont's Delights, on the road near Lake Rumer, east of the Imperial City. Searching for ingredients, of course. Exotic ingredients. I want to think outside the box. That's how the best dishes are conceived. Those things people always use in alchemy, what if they were used in cooking, huh? So many flavors left unexplored. But, I don't want to bore you with all that. You should stop by my restaurant sometime. Dufont's Delights, east of the Imperial City. Beautiful view of Lake Rumer.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see. Looks like that's it.
Zara the Resplendent invites you to his boutique of magical wonders. Don't delay, patronize today.
Good afternoon. Sorry, but we're not looking for new members right now. The Nimides branch is currently undergoing strict internal reforms. Check back soon, though. It's not something I can discuss with someone outside of the guild. That's a good question. One I don't hear often enough from the other members in our hall. The Fighters Guild is here to serve those who need our help. If their coin is good enough, their fights become our fights, and we'll take our steel to their enemies. But it's more than that. I don't think I can explain it to you unless you see it for yourself. It's that look in a husband's eyes when you bring his wife back into his arms. Being able to help the people of Cyrodiil to change their lives for the better is what this is all about. Well, then we don't help them. It's not a flawless system. Nothing is without its faults, but I just wish there was something more I could do.
From bread to battle axes, spoons to swords, I have it all here at Icewind Traders. Anything and everything.
See you around.
Restore willpower. Regain your energy. Potions for sale here.
Excuse me, sorry to bother. I don't suppose you've seen any priceless Sakaviri heirlooms gallivanting around Bruma, have you? Sakaviri heirlooms. Priceless Sakaviri heirlooms. Seen any? As I suspected. Sorry to bother you, citizen. Just, let me know if any do crop up, yeah? Thanks. A whole lot of uproar about nothing, that's what. The Count's been nagging my life and soul out about the damn things. You see, the Carvanes have a sort of family tradition. They've acquired a taste for Akaviri artifacts, constantly collecting more and more. Been going on for centuries now. Well, it turns out poor old Count Desilus, Count Carvane, isn't too happy that his collection's been stolen. Thanks. Divines know I need it.
By the Synod, weary of the whispers, why not go somewhere more agreeable?
I'm proud of my ancestry, as should all Nords be.
hello. Sure thing. Got one all ready if you have the coin. You don't have enough coin. My horses may come cheap, but they don't come free.
I'm not a bandit anymore. I've left that life behind me. But damn if the shadows of the past won't cling to me like an addled ogre. I'm no one now, but I used to be one of Tharina's cutters. Deadliest bandits in the Gerals. All of Cyrodiil, I'd say. But I've had enough of that life. And now I'm just another nobody. At least I wish I was. The cutters make that hard, though. There's a group of cutters after me. They're not pleased that I defected and know their secrets. If I go to Bruma, they'll find me. If I go elsewhere in Cyrodiil, they'll find me. They'll probably find me here too, but it's my best chance. Goodbye.
This'll hurt. Bad. Are you?
Can I help you?
Hello. Fine hides, hunting supplies, and special merchandise. Goodbye.
You lost? Alright then.
Never back down! Can't hide from me.
Someone do something! What was that? Time to end this little game. You're out of your league.
Oh, hello there. What can I do for you? Blades, gauntlets, I can forge anything you need. No, that would be Laud. Big, burly fellow. But don't let that scare you. He's a friendly sort, and loyal as a dog, both to the Empire and to Dengar. Although I suppose that puts him at odds with himself. I'm just an apprentice, and a wayward traveller like yourself. I'm actually on a pilgrimage to train under the great blacksmiths of Skyrim. When I'm finished, I'll return to my home in Cyrodiil, and hopefully apply what I've learned to the family business. It depends. I've been taught that emotions are a powerful part of smithing. When I craft a shield, I think of the soldier's child praying for a safe return. For a sword, I envision a man getting revenge for a brother's death. When I imagine a soldier marching after battle, or a hero vanquishing a great evil, that's when my hammer feels most inspired. Just to know that I was a part of that it was my steel, it just takes your breath away thinking about it. Not just any family. Ever heard of the Starblood Forge? My family has been the caretaker of it for centuries. It was made not long after the Oblivion Crisis, and next to the old memorial and the hero statue, it's one of the most iconic landmarks in Kvatch. They say it was built atop a well of Daedric blood, and it's in that well that the weapons are cooled. Some even say that the forge itself is haunted, specifically with the soul of one of my ancestors. Legend has it that when the Daedra invaded, she refused to leave her shop, smithing weapons for the townsfolk until the last man had fallen. That's why only those who share her blood can use the forge, and tradition that the firstborn daughter would be the one to inherit it. That would be me. It's an honor, I suppose. I know. Some people think it's the pressure or the burden of carrying on the family name, but the truth is, it's the clients. It's not like the Skyforge here. If I took over the family business, I would be crafting swords for nobles. They would be decorative art pieces, locked away in display cases, or mounted over their beds. I would be an artist more than a blacksmith. There'd be no blood on my blades, no chinks in my armor. That's not what I want. I want to craft weapons for heroes. I want to forge weapons that will slay tyrants and craft armor that repels dragon fire. A man's worth isn't measured in gold, and there's a difference between what you call a reward and what I consider rewarding. When a guard comes to me and tells me my armor is stopped an arrow inches from his heart, or that my mace split a troll skull with a single bludgeon, it fills me with a warmth that no amount of gold can replicate. I probably shouldn't have used the word hunted. It's not like that at all. She's more of a guardian spirit. When it comes time for me to inherit the forge, there's a ritual. A test, actually. Like my mother before me, and my grandmother before her, I must craft an object that best represents my ideals and spirit. If the object is deemed worthy, it will earn its place in the Underforge, alongside the blades, shields, and hammers of my ancestors. That's sort of what this pilgrimage is about. I'm here not just to learn from the masters, but to learn about myself. At least, that's what I told my mother. The truth is, I chose Skyrim because of the war, and the chance to forge for true warriors. Good steel's worth every septim, remember that.
Steel's good, but loyalty's better. I'm loyal to Dengeir first, and the Empire second. I was Dengeir's personal guard for years. I risked my hide more than once to protect him. Why would I do that? For money? Because I swore an oath? No. It was because he was a good man and a true friend. A true Nord places loyalty and honor above all else. Only inside the gates. Much of Folkrit Hold is wilderness, and there's plenty of trouble to be had. Yes, actually. How about you smith me an iron dagger? Here's everything you need to make one. Go ahead. Not bad. Reminds me when I first started smithing. Only a hearty soul travels the road these days. Not bad, but it's a little dull. How about you sharpen it up? Just need a bit of metal and the grindstone over there. The war bleeds, Skyrim. It bleeds her dry, and I think none of us are the better for it. This looks good. You put time into your blades, they'll serve you well when you need them. You want to keep helping? How about you make some armor? Let's start by tanning some leather on the rack. Steel's good, but loyalty's better. I'm loyal to Dengear first, and the Ah, good. A lot of weapons and armor need leather for straps, fittings, that kind of thing. Let's see if you can make a hide helmet. Here's the rest of what you need. Only a hearty soul travels the road these days. I should hire you to be my assistant at this rate. Let's improve the fit. Take this letter to the workbench over there. The war bleed. You have talent. Keep working at your craft, and you'll be a fine smith one day. Why don't you keep that dagger and helmet? Maybe you'll remember me when you're making Skyforged steel, huh? Take a look. See me at my forge if you need arms or armor.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions. Well, some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. I was once, but not anymore. I was wounded in a skirmish up near Windhelm. This was years ago, mind you. Now maybe I don't pick up a blade in Ulfric's name no more, but I still hold with his ideals. Skyrim is Nordland, and we ought to rule it. We don't need no help from the Empire on that count. Steal anything from my shop and you'll regret it.
Welcome to Dead Man's Drink. Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
This is a local favorite and one of the first songs I ever learned. Ragnar the Red.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
If it's a duel you seek, stranger, then I suggest you leave. I am not here to fulfill your desire for pain, or free you from your wretched existence.
Let me know if there's
At
anything
least,
else you need.
not today. The faces change, but the taunts are the same.
Hey, someone had to take it,
It seems
right?
originality is the only dead thing the Nords have failed to reanimate. I will tell you what I tell all the others. I am no longer a Justicia. If you still wish to duel me, then I will end your miserable life come morning. However, as of this moment, I am not in the mood. Interesting. I was quite certain this conversation would become gradually more belligerent, not less. Is it possible that there is one individual in this bullnetch of a province that is capable of reason? It is a rather simple matter. I disobeyed a direct order from my superior. I was stationed in Markarth with 2 others. We were investigating a family that kept abnormal hours, staying up well past midnight. Unfortunately, myself and one of the other Justicias got into an argument over the children. The fool thought they were innocent. They were future rebels. The moment we arrested their parents, they would forever despise us. The wisest course was to execute them. The issue was made irrelevant, however, when the entire family was found murdered. That is insignificant. The family was dead and no longer worshipped Talos. Moreover, by letting a murderer run amok, we prevented the family from becoming martyrs. There was just one problem. Everyone assumed I was the murderer. It didn't help that I've been a rather vocal proponent of mass execution. So we decided it was best to use this perception to our advantage. Now, I never confessed to the crime, but I was stripped of my rank and exiled. This gave the perception that justice was served. The only thing I know is the person was quite efficient and extremely disturbed. The rest would be mere speculation. Of course. The Thalmor are not the Empire. We do not share their frothing obsession with bureaucracy. They are tolerant because they are afraid. As for the Jarl, it matters not whether Sidgir or Dengir is in charge. Because when 2 buffoons of equally damaged minds vie for a throne, the reasonable citizens lose interest in the process. As such, more voice is given to the fools. And with fools in charge, the law becomes meaningless. Here, power makes the rules. They are not organized. There are only the occasional challenges, brought forth by those emboldened by drink. I usually deflect their taunts and tell them to return in the morning when they have sobered. None ever do. It is a temporary escape. I do not plan on remaining in this hovel of a kingdom beyond the next season. My plan is to return to the Somerset Isle after doing a little sightseeing. Yes, I have noticed. Dead man's drink. Grave concoctions. How quaint. The humor does not extend to the barracks or the cemetery, however. I find it counterproductive, considering that is where it is needed most. Very well.
Excuse me, sir. I don't normally do this, but, have you got a moment to talk? Marvelous. My name is Lucian Flavius. I'm a scientist, philosopher, amateur wizard, and something of a musician, though I suppose that's more the hobby. I couldn't help noticing that you seem... how can I put this? Well acquainted with the less savoury side of Skyrim? As a matter of fact, I do. I'm here in Skyrim on an expedition, academic mainly. I find the province simply fascinating. The flora, the fauna, the ruins, both Dwemer and Nordic, the architecture, the politics. Trouble is, I'm really not much of a fighter. I know a few spells and can just about swing a sword, but beyond that, I'm pretty useless in combat. Skyrim's no place for a milk drinker like me. Not on my own, anyway. So, I'm looking for someone to travel with. I suppose what I'm asking is, would you awfully mind if I tag along? I will of course compensate you most handsomely for putting up with me. Oh, shall we say 300 septims up front? After that, I'll top you up every time we come across something useful to my research. At your discretion, of course. No obligations, save that you take me with you, and assist in keeping me alive wherever possible. Oh, splendid. Here's your gold. This is going to be quite the adventure. It's a pleasure to meet you. Lead on.
I don't like it here. There's too many bugs.
This is an ode to Skyrim.
Another quiet day, I hope.
The god Arche was once like us, bound to winding mortality, but he willingly gave up this existence that we might better understand the vagaries of life and death. It is through the ebb and flow of this cosmic tide that we find and in the end, peace. May the spirit of Lavinia and all those who have left this world and its suffering know the beloved serenity of Aetherius, and may we one day rejoin them in eternity.
A sad time. Our daughter, our little girl, she hadn't seen her 10th winter. He ripped her apart, like a saber cat tears a deer. We barely found enough of her to bury. Sinding came through as a laborer. Seemed like a decent man. He's stewing in the pit while we figure out what to do with him. If you've got the stomach to look at him. What could drive a man to do something like this? I just don't understand what kind of man does that.
You lost?
Oh. Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward. I'm the steward here. I serve under Jarl Sidgeir and Jarl Dengir before him. It was Dengir who made me a steward, long ago when he was young. When Dengir's health began to fail, young Sidgeir was appointed Jarl in his stead. It was simpler just to keep me as steward. Sidgeir has no interest in running his hold, and so leaves such matters to me. As for my part, I do my best to see that folk are treated fairly. May wisdom forever light your path.
Be careful.
Need something? Good afternoon.
Citizen? Need something? It can't be helped.
Good afternoon. Need something?